Well, good morning again, everybody. Here I am, second leg of the 10k challenge, filming from the 2 kilometre to the 4 kilometre marker. I'm on Goderich Street at the moment. I was picking up from where I finished filming yesterday. This is the road on my right is the major road northeast out of Launceston. It's called Goderich Road at the moment, but I think it becomes the East Tamar Road or East Tamar Highway fairly shortly. And it takes you to suburbs like Mowbray, Allen Vale, Newham, Mayfield and Rockley, and if you follow it far enough it'll take you to Georgetown and Low Head. But if you're running, before you think about any of that, you've got to think about this little gym that's in front of you now. Quite steep, and only for a short distance, so you're trying to work out how do I run it, lean forward from the ankles, push off your soles, whatever. By the time you've worked out all those strategies, you're at the top of it, breathing a bit heavier. It's what you expect because you're running up a hill. But you're on the top of it. Morning. And you're heading towards this overbridge of the East Tamar Road with a sign that tells you Mowbray's 2 kilometres. Not going to Mowbray, they're going in its general direction. Now, having run up the hill, you get to run down the other side here. This doesn't seem quite as steep, and Mowbray is still 2 kilometres away. These tracks here, or this path here, is just part of a network of tracks, walking tracks, running paths, cycling tracks. I don't think they're part of any flood levy scheme or system, because the river here is a long way over to my left through a very wide floodplain. I reckon if the river, if it was ever that much water that it got up here, I think it would be a flood of, I don't know how to describe it, catastrophic proportions. I think they're raised like this. Morning. Hey doggies. So that the water will run off them. You slope slightly to my left, or cambered slightly to the left, and I think that this way just so that when it does rain, the water will run off them and they're safe to use for walking and so on. Now, there are a number of different running groups and clubs in Launceston. There's one I run with on a Sunday called the Running Group, which has about 6 or 8 regular members, and we just do different courses each Sunday. For most of the group, I guess it's the long run for the week, and we often use this for a couple of runs. One that will take us up into Invermay to Thompson's Lane, so if you're a local you might know that area. You go to the roundabout there, turn around and come back again. They usually start the runs at that one at Royal Park near the little Spanish restaurant there. So slightly different starting point, but nevertheless. Another one we do that follows this path and then goes down Invermay Rd, which we'll come to in the next clip. 2 laps of that. They refer to that as the swamp, because I think some of this land here is, and certainly over to the left there where the floodplain of the river is swamp land. I have the better of my 2 cameras. It's GoPro white, actually in a grey case, so I don't know why it's called a white, it just is. And I'm using this one because it gives a better picture and has its own built-in stabiliser, so you don't get quite as much side-to-side movement as you do with the other camera. And because I'm only filming 10 to 12 minutes at a time, I don't have to worry about the battery running out. As always, I don't know what you're going to see until I upload it. A pretty wide lens, but apologies if I'm talking about things that you can't see. On the right hand side here is residential, and I think this area is called Invermay. But up ahead here, a little bit of light industry as well. Our joining place is Coates Hire, and its distinctive colour, I can see it from up at my house in Trevallyn, looking out over the east of my back deck. Over this way I can see it. Pretty bright colour, and I've got a good view of the city and the river from my deck. This coming up on the left on the road is the Mowbray connector. Now, if you watch my videos, you'll know that Mowbray is a suburb to the northeast of Launceston CBD. I've done a few runs up and around there. A couple of years ago, 2020 I think, they did some redesign work on the intersection. Here used to be traffic lights here, and somebody thought the traffic lights caused too much confusion, so they removed them, put a giant roundabout in, and if you stay on the left, you'll continue on the East Tamar Highway around those suburbs that I spoke about earlier, and on up the east side of the river to Georgetown and Moorhead. As I said, if you take the right hand fork to the Mowbray connector, then you'll have about another K, or slightly less, till you come to the Mowbray shops, and then further on to those other suburbs of Allen Vale Newnham and Rockalee. Rockalee, by the way, is spelled R-O-C-H-E-R-L-E-A. I've heard it pronounced Rochalee and Rocalee as well as Rockalee, so I don't know what the correct pronunciation is, and I'm sorry if I'm saying the wrong one, but I'm going to stick with the Rockalee one. We've come a kilometre of our 2 kilometre strip here because the sign there just said Mowbray 1. I don't know what the name of this road here is, but I'm heading towards Invermay Rd, which is just the next major intersection, and that will take me just over the 4 kilometres. In fact, I just passed the 4 kilometre mark just then. I get a buzz on my watch every time I've passed a kilometre, so I'll stop filming at the corner just down here because it's a natural point to remember. Yes. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video in the commentary and you have some idea of how far 2 kilometres is, and I'll be talking to you when I do the next strip or stretch, which will be tomorrow.